Okay, welcome everyone. Today, once again, I will wish you all best wishes and greetings, Makar Sankranti. It signifies the worshipping sun, the Uttarayan of sun moving to the different sphere, and it is an auspicious day. And let's hear Renuka's story today. Before we start, here we have witnessed to Renuka's story, how she achieved the recommendation stage. Couple of time conference out, even screen out, and thereafter coming to this stage, it is a very inspiring one. So a couple of questions we will have to Renuka, and thereafter it will be open to everyone if you want to ask any question. Okay, because it is always good to listen to the students who have passed, traveled on those paths where others are aspiring to reach, and it is just matter of your determination, application of your mind, and you all can make it. Okay, before we, um, asking Renuka, just in the beginning, I would like you to tell brief introduction about yourselves so that others know what background you had, because it helps. Then little bit educational journey, your hobbies, your time pass schedules, and the trigger point when you actually thought of defense as a career. So, just in a nutshell, you can cover. Okay, go on. You are mute, Renuka.
No?
Yes, you are audible now.
Yeah. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. First of all, I'm really thankful for this opportunity to tell everyone my story till here. And starting with my introduction, hello, everyone. I am Renuka Sakhalkar. I am from Nagpur. That's my native place in Maharashtra. And I've completed my Bachelor of Technology degree from Government Autonomous College Nanded and in information technology. And currently, I've been a part of TCS for 1.5 years as an assistant system engineer, and now currently I'm in Deloitte as an analyst. And I to be part of the military background. I don't have any military background. I'm strictly from a civilian background with even no one in police or any kind of uniform forces. And yes, actually, the first part, okay, I'll cover my hobbies and these things first. I have a good interest in hobbies in dancing, trekking, and watching movies. I think that it is a part of, I think, most of the youths today watching movies and web series. So I'm also one of those. And to be very true, this actually I inculcated from my father. He's a big movie fan, and so he also taught me like how we can gather few things from the way we see things or we perceive things. So that one, and coming to my aspiration to be in defense was, as I told you, I don't have any military background. But though my father also wanted to join forces at a point of time, but due to some financial reasons and the situation at that time, he was not able to. And that's when he told me, I was in, I think, sixth or seventh standard when I came to know about armed forces. Like, okay, there's army, there's navy, and there's air force. And just out of randomly, I just picked navy. Okay, fine, it is looking very fascinating, so I'll pick navy. And I just used to tell everyone that I'll be a naval officer. I didn't know a hint of that how to become it. But later on, after 10th, I got few mentors in the college. Actually, in the college I studied, that actually shaped my direction to defense. I got to know how what to choose to go there. How can I get more opportunities? That's why I selected BTech and that to information technology, so that I can have more and more opportunities for applying for this my goal. And I got help from my seniors, my many of my seniors actually, and especially sir, because I came in contact with sir very lately. But though when I get to know sir and I started attending sessions, it was like, when you practice at home, it is different, and when you put on your thoughts in a group of people, it's different. So I think that shaped it.
Okay, Renuka, your aim was to listen and let others also know that to clear this exam, it doesn't matter which background you come from, whether you are from military background or not, or you had some kind of childhood different exposure, even that doesn't matter. Moment you decide you want to become a defense officer, just your application of mind, preparation, little bit hard work, and personality shaping, nothing beyond it. Like Renuka has practiced well. She was regular in lecturate sessions. Earlier we used to have more frequently. We'll start it again. But simple background, normal student, engineering student, and then coming to this stage. This is what the message others should get. That was the aim. Okay. Renuka, before we start for such exams, like there are stages, written exam, then SSB, then medical. These are the three primary stages. And a lot of students are afraid of written part. And once that written is cleared, thereafter the SSB fear or the phobia, that also really deters a lot of students for going into this kind of exam. And then medical itself is a, separate stage. So just in a step by step, if you can cover your written approach, and then SSB how you thought of it, and medical we'll talk a little later, but these stages how you approached, because there are NCC special entry, those who appear in SSB directly, but for students from engineering background or even NDA or CBS, whatever, APCAT. So first written itself is a big challenge. So you can just briefly tell how you prepared, because you almost passed every time you appeared in written exam. Go ahead.
So to be very true, I know that I cracked my CDS in my third attempt. I was not able to clear it in my first two attempts, and I know that it is a bit difficult. And even though students have that dilemma, even I did. I still have sometimes. Okay, I will clear it or not. Whenever you go for it, or whenever you even you write and come, you don't have any idea till the result pops up if the list has your name or not. And I have cracked AFCAT also. But I think I think a particular strategy for it that I followed was I started for these written preparations when I was in college, or most not even in college, but in the Corona period, because we had plenty of time that we have nothing to do for. So I used that my third year and fourth year of my college. I was at home, Corona thing. So I started with NCRTs actually, because it was suggested by few of my seniors also to start with. Actually, though they were UPSC aspirants, but still they started me to go from my basics, because I think if the basics are strong, then it is more okay to at least. Because I think the main strategy or main goal of is not to score out of. It's just to score a bare minimum so that we can qualify the cutoff and at least make it to the merit. So I think for that, if you don't know the correct answer, but at least you should able to eliminate the what are the wrong ones. So that was my strategy, because obviously for every question you won't be knowing the correct answer to it. So I used to eliminate options. So based on my study, so I started from NCRTs a little bit, and then I went for mostly I focused on PYQs, previous year question papers, because when we are, I think most of us are working also. Most of us are now having offline colleges also. So it's very few time that you get to invest in it. So I think previous year question papers definitely help. It helped me. I used to just go through it and mock tests I give. So I followed these things: NCRT, mock tests, and previous year question papers. I followed the same strategy for all the exams. And I think there's an app for test book application. It actually has quizzes for, like, test quizzes for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, this kind of time. So if you are just having, you cannot study for like 2 to 3 years, and you just want to check up these things. So I used to do that. If I have like a lunch break, I'll just go. I have a 5 minutes of quiz and see, and it gives you a nice analysis also. Okay, you got these questions wrong, you got these questions right, and your score in that. I think these are the few things you can, like, be consistent with, because I think consistency somewhere breaks, because it's like a journey from preparing, and then it's an exam, and in middle somewhere your SSB will appear, or you'll have something else in your life going on. I think consistency also matters in that. So I followed these things only. And coming towards SSB, I know when I went for my first SSB, I had been to search few sessions. I had been with group was also there who discussed few GDs and lecture aids. So I was been part of that, and I never had any coaching, especially before that. So I just wanted to go, and I thought, कि, okay, मैं ऐसे ही रहूंगी, and we have to show our personality. So I think this is a misconception कि हम नहीं भी प्रिपेयर करके गए तो हो जाएगा करके, टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक एंड टू स्पीक इन हिंदी, कि बहुत लोगों का मिसकंसेप्शन होता है, मेरा भी था कि हमें बस जाके अपनी पर्सनैलिटी दिखानी है, एंड आई थिंक दे विल टेक अस इट, because if it's I think not right, because if you're not prepared for something, how are you expecting them to take you in if you're not putting any efforts on your personality to shape it, like at least, because they want candidates that they can shape, I think, before whatever in whatever way they want. So obviously, we shouldn't put the military standards down if we even become any of them. What we aspire for, we should always maintain the standard that they have built so far. So I think we should go there by preparing on ourselves, working on ourselves. Nothing fake or nothing new, but at least try to create know what ourselves at least. I think that was the main strategy I later on followed, and I missed it at my first and second attempt. So that was the time I got confidence out in my first attempt, and then later on I got screened out also for that.
Okay, nicely covered, Renuka, because it gives some kind of hints to others, like CDS getting cleared in third attempt, and there are students who miss one or two times and thereafter give up. This give up kind of syndrome should not be there. Like it is in military, which is said when the going gets tough, the tougher gets going. And this principle really works in life, which has worked for you also. Then you highlighted NCRT and previous year question papers. These are keys actually. And more importantly, how prior you can start, like third year, fourth year, if you could start, that must have helped. And a lot of students make mistake here also, like preparing after finishing the degree or देखेंगे बाद में. So that is not correct. And personality preparation, what you highlighted, let's take that point little further. What Renuka was highlighting कि ऐसे ही चले जाएंगे और हो जाएगा, personality दिखानी है. But obviously there are some preparations. So Renuka, next question from my side is related to this personality shaping. Do you feel SSB is little different from other interview forums, or what really strategy as a student who might not have got that military background and mm, shaping the personality? A lot of people are very fussy about it कि ऐसे होना चाहिए English and all that thing. So just throw some light from your perception how a common student should approach, because it is different, there is no doubt. But how do you feel about it? How you prepare and what can be the tips for others?
Yes. Definitely, it's different. It's completely different interview. Because I have not heard of any other interview which will be going on for 5 days. And I am from a civilian background, so whenever I used to go for SSB, so everyone, at least who, like, first of all, my parents also said to me, "ऐसा कौन सा interview होता है जो 5 दिन चलता है?" So this was a quote I got many times. So I think it is definitely different because the personality, as we say, that SSB is nothing about your facts and all. It's just about your personality, and if you have it, then you'll make it. So I think it is right, but I will say that personality is not like, it's not a static figure. It's always dynamic. It keeps on changing. Today also, if I sit and analyze myself, I'll find a few things changed or a few things new about myself only. The analyzing process never ends. But I think the approach that I think I followed and the mistakes I did that I don't think anyone else should do, at least, because it will just wane up their efforts and like lose their time doing that, was first of all, when I went for my first SSB, I told you I was very raw. I had literally, I just knew what all processes are there, what all the things and what all the tests are there, and I focused more on my GK. I know that I used to tell also that the GK is not my strongest point, and I think most of the people fear for it also due to exams or due to any sort of thing, that their GK is not strong, or their current affairs or their current knowledge is not strong. But I think we shouldn't focus. Yeah, we should try to improve that, but we should not make it as a whole part. So I used to be very conscious about my GK, that okay, I'll ruin up my interview, I'll do something stupid. So these things, if I hadn't pushed in earlier, so I think I would have made a little bit more impact on knowing myself. Later on was the main thing is analyzing, self-analyzing is I think the best thing one could ever do. Like there are many things in an SSB interview, like a PIQ form is there, then the self description is there, many forms, and everything is linked to one another. If you're writing something in a self description, like you're writing very positive things in your self description and you're contradicting it in your interview, or you're contradicting it in your GDO, so it will just uh, it will not sum up for a good personality, and I think it will just turn out a bad impression on the assessors also, and it will just not get you in. So the one strategy I think I followed was not to contradict myself in any of the things I'm doing. If I'm saying something, if I'm writing something, and if I'm doing something, my thought shouldn't contradict itself at least. So I just one day, literally, I know that I talked with one of my friend. He's Prajot. He was from my college. He is currently in OTA training. So I had to talk with him also, and I with the talk with him and with talk with sir also, I got to know that there are sometimes you just need to write down your thoughts, because sometimes you think that you have it in mind and you will do as you think, but sometimes writing it is the important thing, because writing means like, okay, you know what you're doing or what you're thinking, and you can read it later on and you can say, okay, this is the thing, and you will like stop, at least minimize contradicting yourself only in few points. So I think writing was the best part doing it. I focused on my PIQ, I focused on my self description. I literally went through all my flashbacks. I had PIQ forms made for me, which I used to use at home for just writing and keeping it with me. So I went through all those PIQ forms and I put it aside, and I made a fresh PIQ form before going to my SSB. Okay, now this one I'll just focus on it. I went to all these things, my school, colleges, even small events. I wrote it down. If I've been to a fancy dress competition, I wrote it down also in the side. Then I then noticed, okay, what is my strength? Like I went to know that if I tell you from my side that I have been a stage kid since like school itself. I was been on stage for dance, school debates or any kind of thing. And that thing I thought somewhere I lost in between of my few attempts, that I tried to make me more calm and that type of person, which I'm not actually. That if someone can, I know that everyone has different personalities, but if you're trying to change a personality completely different, it won't affect anywhere. So yeah, I get to know that if I'm not a very calm or very, like silent person who will very think calmly and do that, I know that I'm not that type of person. I am very talkative person. I think most of us can currently tell also from my tone that I talk a lot. And so yeah, I think that was my strength, which I obviously introduced, like get to know very lately. And there's an incident from the interview also I share, because about this talkative thing only I had in my interview, that the assessor, the last interview was getting over. It was like 1 hour and 15 or 20 minutes already had gone for the interview, and now he was telling, okay, Renuka, just tell me one thing that you think you observe from your end, and which is your strength also and weakness also. So I told sir, I just waited a 2 seconds and I told sir, I think I'm a little bit verbose and very talkative. So, oh, that I can already figure out from our whole conversation. You are definitely verbose. So then he obviously asked how it's my strength. Well, I know that, sir, I can calm myself down. I know when to use right words, and likewise, I briefed it what I thought, which I used to thought like is my weakness, but it's my strength also. It gives me confidence a point of time. So that was one thing. And yes, coming back to SSB, yeah, and definitely, like as sir said, we had many lecturate sessions earlier. Also, we get to all those lecturates. Lecturate is, I think, one thing that gives you confidence. That be sure on your words, how to compose itself, and it's a very good activity that will help you everywhere. I think it will help you gain GK. It will help you gain speed. I think mine was I used to speak very fast. I think I am doing that right now also. But yeah, so that things it makes you cover up for all those. And sir has been a very great mentor to me. I still remember I got my CDS entry in Allahabad, and I got screened out that day on 22nd of June. And I was sitting in the gates of Allahabad SSB, and I called sir that, sir, tomorrow is my Bhopal SSB, so should I go there or not? not. And sir talked me down. He told me that he gave me literally confidence to do that. That okay, I can like today I'm screened out, but I have that strength that I can go tomorrow for an SSB with the same preparation, with the same confidence, and I can crack it. And next day, I for the 23rd of June, I went to Bhopal for my Navy SSB for the NEIC entry, and I got screened in that day. I told sir as soon as I got screened in, sir, I got screened in, and before the screening result came, I know that this time I'm getting in whatever the thing is, because I know this time I'm going in. And I think everyone has that thing, even in, if you are getting recommended or if it's the screening process also, before the result comes, you know somewhere that you are getting in or you are getting out. Two times ago, I have got screened out, and both the times I knew before the result came that this time I'm not going in for at least 4 days also. I'm not sure if it's the case with everyone else, but somewhere you know your performance and your what you could do and what you have done. It's a very small difference, but I think it shapes you somewhere. It gets you to know your strengths, your weaknesses, um, about yourself, all of these beliefs. So I think knowing yourself and then trying to enhance it, I think it's a good point. Rather than you know that you are this kind of person and you are going oppositely because the other person is looking like that who got recommended. It's I think the wrong strategy because everyone has different personalities to go through, and they just want I think the person they can shape into. They don't want one. It's not a factory. I think so everyone will be different. Everyone is supposed to be different. So we just need to focus on our strengths and weaknesses and how we can make it better. I think it's a lot of gyan.
Well covered, Renuka. You covered a lot of points actually, which are very helpful for others now, like dynamic personality. Yes, we are changing every day, we are improving every day. About GK overrating, I also remember I cleared in first SSB, but I was zero in GK. So GK is overrated. You must try your best, and you should be updated reasonably well, even if you are short of that knowledge. But your confidence is more important, and the way you handle those questions. Self analysis, good point you brought out, that you spoke to people, you spoke to your friends, and wrote down those points. This is an exercise which we need to do it throughout life, if at all we want to improve. And here particularly, I think it is one of the key thing what Renuka has covered, writing down those points. Lecturates, yes, he also highlighted uh, lecturates importance, because it actually helps in other tests, and overall you are able to communicate whatever you want to do. And intuition part, like yes, it works. You are generally very very nervous before the exam, but there is some uh, thoughts and feelings which keep triggering you, whether you're making or you're just uh, on that point, you're getting screened in, you're getting into the SSB, and on conference day also there are some thoughts. Listen to those even before answering something, conducting yourself. Your intuition is very very important. Just be balanced, and that intuition has to be really taken into account while performing. So because generally your heart is telling you correct things, so you are not deviated from natural personality. So that is a important thing. Now coming forward, Renpa, very typical.
Sorry, sir, just to interrupt. I'm really
Yes,
sorry to
yes,
interrupt,
yes.
but I just missed, I think, one point was physical fitness, sir. I underestimated it a lot in my starting attempts. I was not that much of a very strong and person. I was not having that much of arm strength and all. But I think it's a very important point to focus on because obviously they will be requiring fit soldiers to work for, and we should work on our physical fitness and mental strength because a body can give up, but mind will not if the mind is determined for it. But
Yes,
that's it.
yes, very true. Physical fitness, I remember our one student, Shubham. Shubham had almost cleared. An interviewing officer gave in no ambiguous words, straight reason that even if I recommend you, your body weight will be a problem, you will be medically unfit. So to those extent, he was transparent, and he realized it because immediately after COVID, or uh, end of the COVID, he was there, and he literally 1 year he gained weight, and it was apparent. So physical fitness for your own conduct, appearance, and that agility, it comes. You are much more vibrant and your body energy is visible. So it is just one recommended thing. In the morning, you should go for jog, maybe 5 kilometer jog. If you can increase your speed, that is enough. So one must do it. Little bit push-ups and minor exercises. Even that will do. Good. I think Renuka has highlighted one more point, like talkative and that speed of talking. I kept on reminding her during our interactions that slow down because she was too fast. Today it is reasonably well. Okay. Next typical question is, for you being a repeater students are very very apprehensive and little cautious and losing the confidence in turn, and that is not correct. So you as an example here now, that being a repeater, one should not be really nervous. Just go with confidence, because SSB time and again proves, you go there fresh, you are again seen with a fresh candidate, and if you perform well, you are in. So as a repeater, if you feel there are some mindsets if you can improve, and secondly, any particular mistakes you feel like talking little fast was one thing. Any other thing as a repeater you feel ki, had you corrected little earlier, you could have gone maybe in the previous attempts. Okay, Renuka.
Yes, so I totally understand. It's not a, I think, typical question. It's, I think, a very important question because if you have been, like they obviously, when the interviewing officer, whoever officer is there who announces the result of the conference or screening, he'll always tell you, okay, this is not a failure. We are not rejecting you. You are just not suitable for us at this point of time. But that thing obviously makes us feel as rejected only. No one will think in their mind, "Yeah, okay, we are not suitable for it at this moment." Everyone will feel like, okay, I got rejected today. This is the feeling I think I got also whenever I got conferenced out or screened out all the time. I think it's not wrong to admit that you thought you are failing in it, because if you're putting in efforts and it's not turning out to be good, so obviously you will feel and you will feel like you are dragged out कि okay क्या मतलब क्या कर रहे हैं अभी. Yeah, there will be I know that there was a phase of my life there where if nothing was going right, and like nothing in the sense of like over there, obviously everyone has their personal issues also, everyone has their professional issues also, and at the point of time that you know that you have worked, like you want to be there, but your goal is also not looking anywhere closer from all your efforts. And well, I think, but I think the point you will not stop for it. I think you should have a very good why reason, because if you don't have why you started, I think you will not be able to go forward for any of it. Like not just defense or any of the exam. If you don't have any strict why reason for it, then what will push you when you'll fail? I think I know that my father used to told me that okay, if this is not happening, you should give other government exams. You should try for UPSC. He was more into that. Even my relatives also said कि अभी हो गया ना इतने attempts अभी करो यूपीएससी वगैरह करो. So it was I just wanted to, obviously relatives को तो explain नहीं किया, but I told my father that I don't have a good why reason why I want to be an IAS. Obviously IAS is no like it's one of the best jobs in like it's not a job also, it's also kind of an honorable duty that many of the aspirants are working for. But if you don't have a why reason for that, okay, why I want to be it, so then how will you like gain a confidence that you will do it? I know that I have a very good why reason why I want to be in armed forces, and that's what kept me going for it. There was a very good quote, actually. I still have it as my homepage cover for that courage is not having strength, but courage is something to go on when you don't have strength. So I think that I know that these are bookish things also कि हाँ quote पढ़ लिया motivation आ गया ऐसा तो नहीं होगा. But I think no quote, no video, no person, even no one can motivate you for a long enough point of time till that motivation comes from inside of you. Because if you are not motivated, you are not willing to do it, then I think no one else can push you in the whole world to do that thing if you don't have the right reason. So all the times I failed, I know that I have a great like background of people with me. I had sir as my mentor. Whenever I failed, I just used to talk with him and I used to calm myself down. I had my parents दे लिटरली डोंट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट डिफेंस। अभी मैं उनको उतना ही पता है जितना मैं बताती हूँ। So, but they are still, हाँ, okay, तूने सोचा ना, so it is good. So I think, and my friends also, everyone like contributed a lot in me. They believed in me, and I don't feel any, like fake proud, but I think I believed in me, and I think that was my strength. And I still believe in me. So I think that is one of the strengths that will keep you motivated. And coming towards the things that I think I also did wrong in starting off my preparation or in the those of my days was one thing I already highlighted. I speak very fast. So I used to think that okay, so very communication skill likhi hai, but it's not. If you have thoughts and you don't have it composed, it's of no use, because just words are of literally of no use. So I think that one thing I already highlighted. Second was I was not focusing on my physical fitness at all. So I used to, like in that individual obstacles or even in the group race, I used to lag behind. लैग behind था ना, मुझे डर लगता था उन सारी चीजों से कि अरे डबल वॉल आ गया, अरे वो लंबी वाली वॉल आई, वो चढ़ेंगे कैसे। सो जैसे मैं स्क्रीन इन होगी ना, तो मेरे इसमें डर बैठ जाता था कि ये होगा कैसे करके। But once you start preparing your physical fitness, you will gain confidence to do that also. Okay, you will fall what, मुझे वहाँ पे एक ग्राउंड्समैन सर थे, आई थिंक इन एसएसबी बैंगलोर। चल उन्होंने कहा था ठीक है, ज्यादा ज्यादा क्या हो गया, गिर जाओगे, लग जाएगा, हो गया, वो तो लगना ही है। दैट इज अ वेरी स्मॉल थॉट कि वो होना चाहिए दिमाग में। वो पता होता है बट वो क्लिक नहीं होता है बहुत जल्दी जब तुम ऑब्स्टिकल देखते हो। तो वो अगर वो क्लिक हो गया ना, उस टाइम पे ऑब्स्टिकल देख के डर लग रहा है और क्लिक हो गया कि हाँ ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या हो जाएगा, गिर जाएंगे, that's it. You will definitely get an confidence to okay, fine, I will go and do it. So I think that is one thing. You should. It's not a fear, but it's a minor low confidence. If you're not prepared, you'll definitely get it. So I think that one thing, and I believe, yeah. One more thing was that GK से बहुत ज़्यादा fascination. Obviously, you should be knew about your GK and strong, but I think you should know about the armed forces as well. No knowledge you think you should have, because if you're going there, you should know what organization you're joining. What will be your role in that? What will you do? How will be the training period there after you get in? What will be your roles, your responsibilities? So I think one should be known for what he or she is applying. So that one thing I think I didn't know anything much about armed forces, and later when I started, like watching. I think अगर reading से नहीं होता ना, तो देख लो, क्योंकि मैं I am not I'll today also say I'm not a very great reader. I mostly believe in video and stuff, but I think if you read something, it will stay in your mind rather than if you watch something. That one thing I still want to improve my reading habits, so I'm working on that currently.
Okay, good. Reading habits, even I started after retirement. Don't worry. Okay, a very good point. Renuka has highlighted strong whys. You should have reasons actually, and probably that will shake you up, that will really keep going. And very important when the chips are down, when nothing is working for you, probably that time you have that inner voice and the strong reasons. These are the important things that will push you, because in that times even you are not really communicating well with parents, siblings, friends. You are frustrated, you are generally reacting, and things are not easy. And reminding yourself, ki, okay, I have strong reasons, this is very important, and why should I be disturbed? Let me try my best till my last attempt. Like Ishan also is the one case where three times conference out, NDA's last attempt, and fourth time he went because he had strong reasons and he was already mentally prepared कि, okay अभी नहीं होगा तो CDS करूंगा. So this is that going attitude and not stopping, not giving up. अब मुझे तो यही करना है, not creating other options or thinking of options. This is that strong mental makeup probably will get you success. Uh, Quotes, what Renuka was highlighting, quotes are theoretical. No, they are really boosting your morale and giving meaning to your life. So it helps actually. Depends on how you actually try and implement those things in your life. Okay. One more question related to your physical fitness, and after clearing the SSB, nobody really is prepared for medicals. This is a problem area. Many a times we are generally revolving around our screening test until conference. Nobody thinks beyond that, and that is the reason people are not really prepared for medicals. And again, Renuka being an example where she had minor obstacle, where temporary medical unfitness and how it really creates disturbance for you. Mental peace is gone when you are medically little unfit, and you are again getting that cake and it is getting snatched away. That kind of feeling comes. So, Renuka, if you can just suggest any medical preparation, someone, even if you are not confident of clearing screening, not confident कि एसएसबी होगा कि नहीं होगा, बट होने के बाद फिर वहां कर्स नहीं होना चाहिए ना कि अरे यार ये तो मेडिकल के लिए तो ऐसे ही पहुंच गए हम. So if you have some tips, because my days I was lucky, I had gone through smoothly, but the students who get stuck in medical, it is really difficult time.
Yes, definitely medical is a part which no one expects कि क्या होगा till you get this even the result of that test. ये भी क्या निकलेगा इसमें. And before that, I know when the day I got recommended, I told you and all, I was very happy. अरे हो गया and all that. And next day only my medical started. And I used to see the faces of the people who are medical candidates, who had that plus sign on them. मुझे हमेशा लगता था यार इनको किस चीज का टेंशन है तो हो गया अभी इनका. मुझे हमेशा ये लगता था कि इनको तो क्या ही टेंशन है अभी. But they literally have tension because most of the people that were with me, they were having some kind of temporary rejection or TR, which people say they had TR. So when I went for my first day and I had a few of my tests, I had blood test and all. तो जब वो चला गया ना तो मुझे लग रहा था हाँ यार हीमोग्लोबिन ना कम निकल जाए, ये ना ज़्यादा निकल जाए। मतलब अब समझ में आता है कि अच्छा दिस इज़ द थिंग करंटली यू कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग फॉर इट। अगर तुमने पहले किया है तो इट इज़ गुड, यहाँ पे तो अभी तुम नहीं कर सकते, अभी तो हो गया। अभी तो वो जो रिज़ल्ट आना है वो आना ही है। So I think that is the thing. So I think obviously no one is like that much. I think at least I was not that much confident कि मैं पूरी medical prepare करके जो SSB के पहले. So I think that will be a case of most of us. But the basic thing behind it will be to keep yourself healthy, yourself and your body to be healthy, a good diet. I think सब obviously सबके घर पे मम्मी खाना बनाती है, so अच्छा ही होता है वो. And स्टार्टिंग में बड़े नखरे आते हैं कि ये क्या ये नहीं चाहिए वो नहीं चाहिए. वहां जाके सब समझ में आ जाता है कि आप सब खा लो क्योंकि वो हेल्दी है. I know that my mother always used forced me to eat beetroot, and I just don't like it for a reason. I don't know why. And when my blood test reports were yet to come, I literally knew उस दिन मैंने बहुत beetroot खाया वहाँ पे मेस में कि नहीं अभी hemoglobin ना कम आ जाए. So that thing I think we just out of our laziness or out of our test buds we just refuse for it. But I think we should do it because it is somewhere healthy for you. I know I just crossed my hemoglobin for like for some point one and two, and the even the doctor also said कि हाँ और करो नखरे फिर तुम तो ऐसे ही आना है तुमको अभी तो तुम बॉर्डर से बच गए. So I think that is the thing we shouldn't avoid. We shouldn't take our body for granted because if you are not healthy, I think a unhealthy soldier will not be good for anyone. So that is the main whole point of it of having medicals also, I think. So you should be fit for making others, like to सब बोलते हैं कि सोल्जर सबको बचाते हैं. तो खुद ही नहीं सही रहोगे, हेल्दी रहोगे तो क्या सबको बचाओगे. I think that is the thing. So physical fitness is mostly important. The basic things I think we should follow like basic hygiene. मेरा जो टीआर था वो ईयर वैक्स के लिए निकला था. मैंने सर को बताया था जिस दिन निकला कि सर मेरा ईयर वैक्स का टीआर आया है. So I think it is a very genuine thing that everyone should do. सब करते भी होंगे, मैंने नहीं करा था उस टाइम पे. And I got a TR for that. I even went for a hospital, but I didn't at that.
I think some communication issue. Just hold on. There is some network issue. Renu. Okay, 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 okay. We just wait. I think there is some power issue. Till then, what Renuka was highlighting about medical things, of course, we need to really leave it to luck factor also, because there are many things we don't know. Even in our group, there is one student, Rahul Bhure. He had some minor observation from the medical sides in the eye, the pupil size, and for that he got temporary rejection, and thereafter it was not sorted out. So these things not in our control, so it's okay, we need to accept it the way it is, isn't it? So what we can do is we can prepare by running well, by eating well, and keeping ourselves active. That is how probably we can be a little more fit and confident of medicals. Now there are some queries. We will take it once Renuka joins. Sudarshan has asked. Okay, let her join once he speaks, and then we will cover those. Any particular question if someone wants to ask for me?
No, sir.
Okay, Nikita. Sudarshan, we will just see your question, what you were asking, communication skill. Partly it is covered already. More you do lecturettes, because see, let's understand the lecturette part, which is just a simple exercise where you speak on different topics every day. If you do this habit of 5 to 10 minutes exercise, whether in a group or alone also, if nobody is there around you, so pick up a topic, make a list of topic actually from different sections: social, scientific, advanced technologies, then political, international relations, all those things. You make list of topics and every day cover one topic. Lecturers, if you speak more and more, then probably your communication automatically improves every day. Renuka is back.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, there was a power cut, so I had to join from the phone.
Okay, you continue, Renuka.
Yes, sir. Actually, I was just talking about medicals. That was it was most of the point I told only. Mostly, it was just basic hygiene, proper diet, good exercise, and I think you are good to go for it. Because if you are not healthy, I think वहाँ जाके कुछ ना कुछ तो निकलेगा. There are few things that you won't already prepare जो वहाँ जाके होंगे. But I think the few things that you can do, like your weight, height, not height currently, but still a little bit on that. These things I think you can work on. Like I was a little underweight before I went, so I tried to, like have something, but उस टाइम पे इतना होता नहीं है दिमाग में कि मेडिकल्स का सोचना है करके. बट जब मैं जा रही थी अपना वेट करने के लिए, सो आई नो दैट आई पास द वेट ऑल्सो ऑन अ वेरी that criteria was like something 51 to 6 55 and I just was 51. वो भी मैंने बहुत सारा पानी पी लिया था जाने से पहले. These are the few tricks सीनियर्स ने बताए थे कि वेट नहीं आ रहा है पानी पी लो and all that, but I think these are जुगाड़. So but yeah, I think you should work on your weight. I think these are the things to make you fit there, so you shouldn't worry there. You should just enjoy the whole process of it. And if you are fit, I think it will give you mental peace, as sir said, which I at starting I know that mine was very minor and ear wax, but still it gave me a little bit of hinge that I had to apply for appeal medical board, and I got it cleared now from Pune Command Hospital. But yeah, there's a hinge of it if you don't clear it. It's like then अब तो क्या कर सकते हैं. So I think you shouldn't feel helpless after you have given your efforts. So you should take care of your body.
I think good points. At least you can prepare yourself, which I was covering. Uh, See, if someone is right from the initial days, is working on these things. So this should be a continuous phenomena, working on your physical fitness, working on your communication skills, and that is how you will be fresh there and you need not to worry much. Of course there will be few things which hereditary are there, so that you can't do much. So it's okay, you have to accept whatever way it comes. Now Renuka, before asking my last question, I'll ask others if there are any queries, questions, some kind of doubts you have and you want to ask Renuka, you can ask. The forum is open now. Anyone? Sudarshan had asked about communication skills. Partly you covered. Lecturettes will be a key. If you want to add something as a student, because from that angle, you can give some more points.
Sir, one question.
Yes, Nikita.
First of all, congratulations, Renuka.
Thank you.
Sir, one question that this time in this year in your this attempt, what are the key points on which you work? Means as in especially in site test or in GTO or in interview, so that means you were making mistakes in previous attempts, and in this attempt you worked on few points and you got through.
Okay. So the few points I think I really worked this time were I think I was not able to judge my psych test anywhere because you know your physical limits, you know your into what you blabbered or if you said something wrong, but I was not able to figure out what there is going wrong in my psych thing. So I worked on that. I actually was a person जो SD ना लिखने से पहले वो सोच के जाता था कि हाँ अब ये मेरे को ये point लिखना है. So I just stopped doing that. I sat down before any of my thing and even writing before my PIQ and all. I wrote my SD first at home. I wrote it down completely. SD में मुझे क्या क्या points लगते थे उसे मतलब उसमें मुझे कुछ फेक नहीं करना है या फिर मुझे कुछ एक्स्ट्रा का ऐड उन्हें इम्प्रेस करने के लिए नहीं करना है. दैट आई यूज टू डू इन माई फर्स्ट और सेकंड अटेम्प्ट्स कि मैं ऐसा क्या लिखूं कि आगे वाला इम्प्रेस हो जाए. सो आई थिंक दैट्स अ वेरी रॉन्ग मेंटालिटी मोस्ट ऑफ अस हैव. मतलब वो कहीं ना कहीं होती है कि ऐसा क्या लिख दे कि आगे वाले को अच्छा पड़े. सो आई थिंक दैट्स बिट रॉन्ग. सो आई करेक्टेड दैट. आई रोट वॉट एवर आई डिड. Even if it's my worst of fears, even if it's my greatest of strengths, I wrote it down. I completed my SD. I had talk with my parents. I had talk with my friends. उनसे बात करने के बाद I wrote it down completely. I jotted down the points, what I want to reflect and what I exactly want to write in SD. So my SD was first of all ready before even I had my screening. So that one thing, and I wrote my as I said, I wrote my PIQ also once again the whole time. I went through all my attempts, and actually there was one thing I used to do that whenever in an SSB I go to. I used to write. I don't know if it will help others, but I think it helped me. So if it helps any one of you also, I think it will be great. So it was like I used to maintain a diary. I used to write any in very short कि आज ये हुआ, first day ये हुआ, second day ये हुआ, third day ऐसे like fifth day तक. And fifth day मुझे हमेशा याद रहता था कि मैं उसके ऊपर लिख देती थी कि conference out, क्योंकि most of time वही होता था. So ऐसा मैं करके लिख देती थी उसके ऊपर. And because when you come back from SSB you don't like you are not feeling right कि अरे हाँ अब तो ये हो गया. So you will not चाहते बराबर तुम बैठ जाओगे. At least मैं तो नहीं करती थी कि मैं चाहते बराबर फिर से लग गई next SSB के planning में. So when you take a few days of gap and when you restart it, so you don't collect the points कि तुमने क्या क्या mistakes किए थे. So I think then that diary helped me that like okay I did this thing on that day, or this might went wrong, or this might मैंने कुछ ज़्यादा ही अच्छा समझ लिया इस चीज़ को. So I think that thing also helped me to analyze what I did wrong in my previous attempts. So that one thing. And I most for this attempt, as Nikita asked, is mostly I focused on my psych tests and again on my speech. कि मेरा एक ऐसा था कि मैं जैसी क्वेश्चन सुना ना वैसे आपको आंसर देना ऐसा मुझे ऐसा लगता था. बट दिस टाइम आई जस्ट calm myself down कि नहीं रुको सोचो and then answer it. Because if you just do it as a reflex action, something stupid will come out of your mouth, even which you don't want to. And it will come out and it will just go against you. So I think that one thing.
Okay, okay. And one more question. In GTO, as I have seen you, so as you said
Yes.
that you are not a calm person, all right. And in our that attempt, SSC Tech wala attempt, we both were the only one who were on the back. Like we were actually carrying loads. Okay. But
Yes.
I think you are the person, as you said, that you always initiate or you मतलब शांत नहीं है. So this time you actually participated. You were in front, or again you were at back or supporting the group.
Yeah, I think this thing because I think Gayatri is also in this call, and Gayatri and me, I was chest number 7 and Gayatri was chest number 8. So I think in the whole group, me and Gayatri were giving this time almost all the solutions, whether it is PGT, whether it is HGT, even in last FGT also. तो जब FGT खत्म हो गया ना तो हम दोनों बैठ के सोच भी रहे थे कुछ ज्यादा ही तो नहीं कर दिया हमने कि मतलब हम ही सारे सॉल्यूशंस बता रहे हैं. आई थिंक गायत्री विल अग्री विद दैट कि मैं सोच के डिस्कस भी कर रहे थे. बट या दिस टाइम आई हैंडल लोड ऑल्सो, बट वेन एवर आई हैड सोल्यूशन वी गेव इट बिकॉज एट दैट टाइम आई रिमेंबर वेन निकिता एंड आई हैड अटेम्प्ट फॉर एसएससी टेक. मैं हम लोग काफ़ी टाइम पीछे ही खड़े थे, मतलब इवन मैं तो बहुत टाइम पीछे खड़ी थी. मैं सोच ही रही थी कि मैं कैसे बताऊँ एंड ऑल दैट. बट या दिस टाइम आई गेव वॉट एवर केम इन माई माइंड. आई जस्ट टोल्ड इट. So I think if you have that solution with you and you are seeing that no one is doing it, then just go for it and do it, because otherwise group को तो time waste हो ही रहा है. And if someone is having a better solution, then just support it and like help करो उसका करने में. So I think it's no harm. अगर किसी के पास अपने से better solution है, तो just go for it and help it. If you think that your solution is a little bit better or save your time, just let others know कि मेरे पास ये suggestion है कि I think this should be done. And if everyone is okay with it, then I think you should go for it. You should give your chance also a try, because what if your chance makes a difference in whatever efforts the group is trying for. This time
All
it
right, all
works.
right.
So I have one question.
Yes.
First of all, congratulations Dee, for your achievement. I have one question that how did you prepare for the technical round? Means that if you go for the SSC, then how could you prepare for the technical questions? Is there any sources for that or something else?
For the technical questions, I remember the last interview that I was the NAIC entry. That was my sixth attempt from the Bhopal entry itself, and the deputy president took my interview. And my whole interview, though it was an NAIC entry, it went like 45 minutes of interview and 30 minutes it was technical questions. So I remember the technical questions were not the ऐसे questions नहीं थे कि मुझे आने ही नहीं चाहिए थे, but I know that somewhere in the like if you're doing a job, if you're doing something else, you just remember the basics. Sorry, you just forgot the basics. So I think that was the thing. इस बार मैंने technical questions क्योंकि IT entry था तो मैं थोड़ा देख के गई थी. There are many resources available on internet also. That thing. Few concepts, and I think mostly because I was working at that time, so know what exactly I am doing. So whatever questions related to me, like currently if like I was a front end developer, so whatever current technologies are into it, what is my role into it, because I know that in the NAIC entry I was asked, okay, what is your laptop's configuration, and I was not able to answer. So उन्होंने कहा कि तुझ लैपटॉप तुम रोज यूज करते हो, तुमको उनके कॉन्फ़िगरेशन नहीं पता उसका कैसे करते हैं. So I think these few things that you have it in front of you, but you don't know. So I think those things, remembering those things, and obviously सारे questions तो सही से आंसर नहीं करे थे मैंने. कुछ कुछ मुझे भी नहीं आए थे. वेरी बेसिक थिंग्स, सिम का फुल फॉर्म क्या होता है, ऐसे ऐसे. तो मैं ना ये लास्ट जो अटेम्प्ट्स थे उसके मैं क्वेश्चन थोड़ा नोट डाउन करी हुई थी, तो फिर मैंने वही क्वेश्चंस प्रिपेयर करे थे इस टाइम. दिस टाइम आई रिमेंबर कि मेरे पास ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं था. My interview was on the same day as the psych just ended and my interview started. So I went for my interview. So I didn't had preparation for that time. But before coming to SSB, I went through few not technical questions, but technical concepts, I will say, that are related to my field or I am currently working on, or that has been asked me before and I was not able to answer. That things.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
Uh, anyone else?
Sir, I have one question.
Okay, Subodh.
Renuka, congratulations, first of all. I
Thank you
have
so much.
doubt that regarding psych test, that many times we see a picture and we don't get ideas. Basically in psych test, it's my problem with me. So how we approach this problem?
Yeah, I think this was the problem I also faced in like few of my attempts. I even discussed this with sir as well कि sir मुझे picture देख के idea ही नहीं आ रहा है अभी. So this also happens when you know like when you want the idea to come and it's not coming at a point of time. I remember I just took a few time break. मैंने देखा ही नहीं वो picture मतलब कुछ दिनों तक. And later on मैं कैसे करती थी कि just it's my strategy. I just hope if it will work for you, you can try it out. I used to just see the picture and analyze the story and just सोचती थी मैं कि क्या हो सकती है, बस सोचती है, लिखती नहीं थी बहुत टाइम तक। मैं आलसी भी हूँ वैसे, तो मैं लिखना वैसे ही मुझे जान पे आता है, बट स्टार्टिंग में मैं यही करती थी। सो या बट आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग दैट, एनालाइजिंग अ पिक्चर। पहले तो उसमें क्या क्या चीज़ें हैं, क्या क्या नहीं है, एक्स्ट्रा थिंग्स जैसे बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो छूट जाती है ऑब्जर्व करना। सो आई थिंक दैट थिंग्स कि उसे पिक्चर में कैसे इनकॉर्पोरेट कर सकते हैं। एंड वन मोर थिंग वाज लाइक, सब लोग बोलते कि खुद से रिलेटेड स्टोरी लिखो, इट शुड रिफ्लेक्ट योर पर्सनैलिटी। बट आई थिंक इफ यू ऑब्जर्व द थिंग्स वेल, if you write a decent story also, it's not about anything heroism also, I think it will be okay for that. Because if you're writing something that you are not, like if you are writing like if I'm writing a story which is totally opposite of my behavior or even what I say, what I do. So I think it will just contradict me. So once at a point of time when I didn't had an idea of story, I left it for a few days. After a few days, I just refreshed it and I went for it. I used to look at story कि क्या होगा, बना लेती थी मैं अपने इसमें। मैं बाकियों की भी स्टोरी सुनती थी उस टाइम पे। बट बहुत टाइम मैंने ये भी गलती की है कि जब मुझे स्टोरी नहीं आ रही है ना, तो किसी ने अगर कोई अच्छी स्टोरी लिखी है तो नहीं ये वाली अच्छी स्टोरी है तो मैं ये जाके लिख दूंगी। सो आई थिंक दैट विल बी अ रॉन्ग वे टू डू दैट। इफ यू आर नॉट हैविंग एन आइडिया, जस्ट लेट इट बी फॉर फ्यू डेज एंड यू विल कम बैक लेटर। बिकॉज वेन यू आर वेरी प्रेशराइज नो, तो आइडियाज वैसे ही नहीं आएंगे। वेन यू हैव दैट वेरी प्रेशर टू परफॉर्म एंड राइट अ गुड स्टोरी, सो दैट गुड स्टोरी लिखना, आई थिंक आई पुट इट आउट ऑफ माई माइंड कि गुड स्टोरी कुछ नहीं, स्टोरी लिखनी है, इसके ऊपर जो दिख रहा है उसके ऊपर स्टोरी लिखनी है, दैट्स इट। एंड इट टर्न आउट गुड फॉर मी।
Okay, and one more point, that what is your approach for GTO, like especially for PGT and GP and group discussion?
Okay, PGT first of all, as Nikita also highlighted, at starting I was not that much involved into the group. मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि मेरा आइडिया इतना भी काम का नहीं है और मेरे पहले लोगों को आइडियाज आ जाते थे, ऐसा मुझे लगता था। बट लेटर ऑन आई फोकस कि मतलब बहुत सी सिंपल सी चीज़ें होती है वो जो आगे होती है, यू हैव टू जस्ट काम योर सेल्फ एंड यू विल सी द सोल्यूशन वैसे ही। मोस्ट ऑफ द आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस कैंटिलीवर विल हेल्प एवरीवेयर। स्टार्टिंग में मेरे को बस इतना ही पता था कि स्टार्टिंग में इट्स अ वेरी बेसिक थिंग। अगर कोई चीज़ फट्टे से ही कनेक्ट हो रही है लाइक यूजिंग द प्लैंक, देन इट्स ऑल्सो ओके। उसमें इतना क्यों रस्सी वस्सी लगाना है एंड ऑल दैट। तो हम लोग ना बहुत एडवांस सोचने लग जाते हैं पहले कि इससे रस्सी लगाना पड़ेगा, फिर उसको वहाँ बांधना पड़ेगा। सो आई थिंक दैट थिंग, अगर सबसे ईजिएस्ट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सोचो, अगर ये नहीं हो रहा है देन गो फॉर कॉम्प्लेक्स। इट विल जस्ट जनरेट न्यू आइडियाज फॉर यू, एंड इफ यू हैव एन आइडिया देन पुट इन फ्रंट ऑफ द ग्रुप and or just go yourself and do it, because not yourself, with help of others कि मैं ये कर रही हूँ, let's do this. If it doesn't turn out good, then it's okay, we'll go with someone else's idea also. अगर तुमको लग रहा है कि तुम्हें जो आइडिया है और किसी और ने आइडिया बताया है तो उसका आइडिया ज़्यादा बेटर और जल्दी काम करेगा, तो आई थिंक यू शुड गो फॉर दैट ऑल्सो। क्योंकि the main point is that the group should reach till the end. That one thing. And for GP, I think GPI, because I attended Sir's session, I remember the group discussions. Obviously, these were online here, but in it gets you an idea. In the previous attempt, I was not able to focus more on distance and time जो जितना लग सकता है. So I started gathering it also in my like whatever I write also, or even if I say also. So I started using that, because बहुत वेग सोल्यूशन देने से किसी का फायदा नहीं होगा। एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल, इफ यू हैव अ गुड प्लान, यू शुड बी हैविंग इट विथ टाइम एंड डिस्टेंस. So that one thing I tried incorporating in my GP also there. And I tried using very small things. If you look around now, you will get those things, but when you have pressure, you will not. So बस इतना है कि मतलब कोई देख नहीं रहा है, ये छोड़ देना है कि कोई देख रहा है हमको, and you just go for it, and I think it will happen. You will definitely see छोटे resources that are already available, and it is front of you and how you can use it. So yeah, that one thing for GP. Is there anything I like forget? Is there anything else?
No, no, it's. I think you have covered it. Anyone else? I think Renuka has covered it well. There are a couple of points which I feel I must tell regarding technical questions what Shweta had asked, or Nikita's question, approach for psychological test. Even Subodh is asking idea and all those things. One more dimension to it. Don't make it complex. But just Renuka has also highlighted. We unnecessarily complicate it, think too wisely. I think we need to just control ourselves. They don't want superhumans. They want normal humans with better sense of understanding, common sense intact, and they are able to apply themselves well. Even if you are not able to answer a couple of questions which are GK related or technology related or your own education related, doesn't matter. You be candid enough, honest enough. Okay, sir, sorry, I don't know, but I will come back to you. This answer itself will be okay, and you be mentally fresh for next question. Your temperament should not get affected. Your confidence should not get affected, because imagine the extreme situation for which you are being selected: war. In war, nothing will go as per your plan. Right in the beginning, your plans will be just shattered. So, will you give up? No. You will just arrange everything, you will move ahead. So, that is extreme. But today, even if you are not able to answer one question, or in HGT, PGT, wherever you are just fumbling or you are not confident, are you organizing and recovering and again moving ahead? That body language is very important. Okay, so you should not be pushed down. I think Renuka has covered it in detail, a lot of things, and through interaction also a lot of things are highlighted. Um, I want to ask the last question, if at all we want to summarize कि okay, as a candidate, as a student, SSB के लिए कोई just simple mantra.
So don't. I think it's like don't give up till you have chance. Because अगर chance खत्म होने से पहले give up कर दिया तो फिर क्या ही goal हुआ? I think that is the thing, because I also had one thing in mind, because this was my seventh attempt when I cleared. Before that also I knew that I just knew that मेरा last attempt रहेगा मेरी 27th of age पर जो कि रहेगा SSC Tech Entry. So I knew that whatever the like whatever it is, मैं भले ही 16-17 बार out हो जाऊँ, but I will give my last attempt as well. I think that is the one thing
Okay,
which will
good.
help you.
This is the mantra on which defense forces operate: last man, last bullet. We don't see or call it end. And this is the philosophy I think Renuka has also really highlighted. Ki why should we give up? If there is another chance or the chances are not exhausted, why we should be just giving up? We should just continue, come back, and perform better. This is how probably everyone can make it. If it is in first attempt, nothing like it. But if it is not turning out to be successful in first attempt or second, you need not to worry. Now she has cleared in seventh attempt. So this should be uh, giving enough confidence to others also that you can succeed in next attempt. Okay, thank you everyone. Once again, heartiest congratulations, Renuka, and best wishes on today's Makar Sankranti. And have a nice day. Prepare well. Thank you, Renuka, for sparing your time and giving good inputs for others. Thank you. Have
Yes,
a
it
good
was
day.
an opportunity for me itself.
Yes. Thank you, Renuka, and all the best for your future. And I'm sure you will do good. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye. Jai Hind.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Yes,
everyone.
sir.